Yo, yo, yo. What's up, guys? My dudes and dudettes. What's going on? Saturday, baby. You made it. Great job. Congratulations. We made it, baby. It's Saturday. I'll tell you what, I feel like I barely made it. Whew, I'm dragging this morning. I'm dragging. But we're here. That's what matters, right? So, good morning, good day, whatever time it is for you. We got more news. Obviously, that's what we do, right? We do the news. So we got January 28th edition of Video Gaming News. We're going to go hop back into the forest. We got our ending yesterday. We finished the forest yesterday, but it, you know, whenever we finished it, it did look like there was the ability for a different ending. We're going to jump into the forest again for just a bit today, right after the news. And with our buddy Pinky, we're going to go see what the alternate ending is that we didn't go for. We went for kind of the seemed to be more of the antagonist type of ending yesterday. That's kind of how I do things usually. So we're gonna hop back in there today, take a look at what maybe the other ending has to do, and then we'll play some more Yokus today. We're gonna try to get Yokus finished, and let's talk about maybe what we're gonna play through tomorrow and Monday before Superfuse drops. Okay, because that's what we're gonna start playing on Tuesday. All right. Hope everybody's well. It's good to see you guys. Let's jump into this. First and foremost, this is what we're listening to this morning. It is Crypt of the Necrodancer soundtrack, rhythm-based RPG, adventure RPG. Cool game. I haven't played it, but it is very well regarded, highly reviewed title for anybody that's into rhythm-based games. This is a highly recommended title for rhythm-based lovers. Genres. People that love rhythm-based games, you should be checking this game out. So, it has a very good, extensive soundtrack too for those of you that like video game soundtracks. Highly recommend. We listen to it a lot in this channel. I love it. Go check it out. All right. On that note, we're going to kill the music and get into our video gaming news segment. Let's go, gamer. What's up, my dude? How are you, brother? Bond. James Bond. Yeah, dude. You loving it? Are you loving it, dude? That golden eye. There are a lot of people that are looking forward to that, man. Pre-order Atomic Heart at a big discount for PC. I'm going to pull this up and we'll talk about, even at a big discount, is it worth the risk? Okay? Let's talk about that. Let's pull this up and talk. Let's talk. Let's have a chat. Let's have a chat. Chitty chat. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's worth diving into this stuff. Look, Phil Spencer's got some quotes out. And look, I like Phil. I think Phil Spencer is a very good business individual, but at his core, I think Phil Spencer is actually a gamer. That is the impression I get. I think that's what he exudes, and I think that's what gaming companies should want to have at the forefront of their company. That is what they would like to have, or that's what I want to see anyways from these companies. I've never been an Xbox fan, but the more I see and more I become familiar with Phil Spencer, the more it makes me enjoy Xbox, because I think that's what I want to see. I want to see not only somebody that's good at business, I want to see somebody that's a gamer too. And that's what I see out of Phil Spencer. I don't think it's worth jumping into these two articles right here. Xbox was too light on games, but a big 2023 is on the way. Everybody's going to say that kind of thing. Even if they had a big 2023, they're going to say they're going to have an even, or a bigger, even if they said they had a big 2022, they're going to say they're going to a bigger 2023. If they didn't have a great 2022, they're going to say they're going to have a bigger. They're always going to try to hype people up for a better, something bigger for the future, right? That's part of this industry. That's what you're going to do. Same thing here. Microsoft has, we've talked about the cuts. They've fired a lot of people. A lot of it's been in their gaming sector. 343 Industries, Bethesda, there's lots of layoffs. 343 has been noted as no longer being part of the Halo, besides kind of a overseeing parental type role. They're not going to be in the development process anymore. So obviously, the head of their gaming, Phil Spencer, is going to defend that amongst any kind of criticism that comes out. That's part of that, you know. So I don't think it's worth diving into that, really. If anybody wants me to, then let me know. But let's just get into the rest of this news stuff. Just did the first mission. Remember watching my younger brother playing on 64? Yeah, it's very nostalgic, dude. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. We talked about this yesterday. There's lots of new Prime games coming to their platform for free and their February offerings. And I'll just pull this up real quick and give everybody another peek at what those games are going to be. We did look at it in depth yesterday, but today I'll just pull up this article and I'll just quickly list those games again. That way everybody's aware, okay? I don't think you can grab them yet because it's not going to happen until we hit February. So we got a few days left here. It'll be a prompt for me to talk about the other free games people can grab right now, though. PS5's first big exclusive of 2023 is a flop. Okay? Wait. Oh, never mind. Never mind. What is this? Looks like you can get 1 month of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate for $10. I'll hit on that real quick for anybody that might be looking to get a discount for a month of Game Pass Ultimate. Wizards keeps backtracking. They keep trying to come up with these new OGLs rather than just sticking to the one that has been very nice in the first place. And they keep getting kind of criticized, especially the initial one was really bad. And they keep backtracking and going, okay, we'll make a new one. So, wait, we're just testing you. Let us give us a bit. We'll come back to you. Wizards of the Coast is looking pretty rough in this situation. Looking pretty rough. Early alpha footage of Horizon Forbidden West multiplayer game has leaked. Ooh, okay. You can get Star Wars Jedi Survivor for faux free. So you look where you can grab that at. It's been given away for free a number of times over the past year to year and a half. About more over the past year, I think. but we'll see where you can grab it now. What? Oh, dude, I don't want to. We're gonna dive into this article. Let's dive into this article and see what's going on here. There's something going on with limited run games here. I like their site, but let's see what this controversy is. It's gonna be, I'm sure, very juicy if it has to do with Fox News. Jesus, I absolutely detest, to the highest order, that news outlet. Fox News is the absolute scummiest. I feel like if you can get your news from any, like, just look into some independent news places to get your information from, rather than someplace like Fox News. God, they're so bad, dude. About contorting facts and pushing their agenda on people. It's so bad. Yeah, we kind of hit yesterday about Ubisoft's got Far Cry 7 in development. So if you want a deeper dive into that, look at yesterday's news segment on YouTube and a highlight on our Twitch channel, okay? Let's go change into our other search here, see what we got. What? HBO's The Last of Us Episode 1 officially released on YouTube for free? But the rest are still behind subscription services. Dude, do we just need to watch this together? hmm. Hmm. We might have something to do. We might just have to watch this first episode of The Last of Us. If it's on YouTube, we might just have to watch this together this weekend, like tomorrow or something. Yeah? We got a little bit of extra time before Superfuse starts on Tuesday, so we could just take a beat to watch it together. Interesting. I wonder if, I mean, no, there's no way, right? Yeah, it should be fine. It's on a publicly available site, right? So we should be able to just stream it, and it shouldn't be a big deal. Yeah, I'll ensure that. But dude, we might watch that together. Weekend hot topic: graphics versus gameplay. Yeah, this does tend to separate people into two different groups. I've actually noticed, out of more people, part of our community, it seems like there are more people worried about graphics and like visual fidelity of games than they are about the other things that culminate in a very good gameplay experience. I'm of the latter. I'd much rather have a fantastic gameplay experience. I'm not as focused on, having to have an amazing visual, graphically striking game as I am the game just needing to feel really good to me and be immersive and have a lot of other components that come together to create an amazing experience for gameplay. Feel very polished, great writing, awesome music, things like that. It doesn't have to be incredibly visually striking for me. But I know there are other people that feel the opposite way. Like, I know there are a lot of people that if a game doesn't appeal to them visually, they won't even consider it at all. It's just nothing. It's no way. No way, you know? We hit on this, yeah. GoldenEye's out, as Gamer and I have already been talking about this morning. There's been a lot of anticipation around this. It took a long time for this game to finally come out. In such an iconic title, too, from way back in the Nintendo 64 days, which is why it took so long. This game was created by Rare, and it was originally created for Nintendo, obviously, right? On the 64. But Rare was purchased by Xbox and Microsoft a while back, and which made it really hard to get this game to be publishable on modern platforms. So they finally came to Nintendo and Xbox finally came to some kind of agreement, got it done, and now we've got GoldenEye 007 on both Switch and modern Xbox consoles. Difference between them being the version that you play on Switch is supposed to be basically a direct port. It's supposed to be the exact same experience, basically, aside from the fact that you can also get some online multiplayer going. And the version on Xbox is maybe some updated. It had to be changed to be put onto the Xbox platform to an extent, I think, if I understand correctly. And it does not have online multiplayer. It has local multiplayer, but no online multiplayer. So there's some differences there. Dude, I saw a real quick thing about this last night. Dude, there's like some content creator or streamer or something that has some wild setup where their fish play Nintendo games for them or something. Like they basically set it up for their fish to play Pokemon. I don't know how this works. But yo, Whiskey, what's up, my friend? How are you? Good morning. Or good day. I'm fantastic, my friend. A little bit under the weather, but not too bad. I feel better now that I'm up and around a little bit than I did first thing this morning, but I'm all right. I'll be fine. How are you? How are you? So there's this wild situation where these fish are set up to like play Pokemon, and the streamer wasn't around. The stream was just running or whatever. The streamer was gone. He was just letting the fish handle things, I guess. Something to that effect. Well, the game crashed or something. The Pokemon, I think it was Pokemon Violet or something. The game crashed. So the fish just basically got let loose on this individual's Nintendo account, and they like went into the eShop. They started purchasing all kinds of like content and games and stuff like that, and just like went on an absolute spending spree because this person's card was connected to their Nintendo account. It wasn't locked behind a pin entry or anything like that. It was just wide open. So these fish that were normally used by this individual just to play one specific game, I think, just kind of broke through a barrier, man, and accidentally, and just went on a spending spree using this individual's credit card. It's really wild, man. We live in a crazy world. Delayed game drama gets even weirder, dude. They're talking about the day before. We've been hitting on this past few days in the news. So we'll take a peek and see what's new on this. Let's go one more page, see what we got. Oh, is this the new Yep, it sure is. Wild Hearts, yeah. This is a very, very, very Monster Hunter World looking game, right? There are a couple of notable differences, but at its core, this is a Monster Hunter World clone. And we'll see what they're talking about here. It looks visually very good, but doesn't mean it'll play great. We'll see. Forspoken reportedly can't run on older AMD GPUs. Oh man, Forspoken, apparently the PC port for Forspoken is terrible, which is unfortunately basically par for the course for Square Enix. Square is very, 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 very bad about bringing any of their games to the PC. And just another prime example. Let's jump in here. Let's get in it. Forspoken reportedly can't run on older AMD GPUs while it can on NVIDIA GPUs. Okay. According to a report published on WCCF Tech on January 27th, older AMD GPUs based on the Polaris architecture can't run Forspoken, the latest AAA title in the market. In contrast, much older NVIDIA cards support the game. The main reason for this compatibility issue is due to the lack of DirectX 12.1 support in the AMD video cards. While NVIDIA GPUs dating back to the 2014 are compatible with this API, many more recent AMD graphics cards are not. Forspoken in particular needs at least the DirectX 12.1 feature level to run. This should not be confused with the DirectX 12 Ultimate, which is a more recent version of the API. More details on the Forspoken GPU support fiasco. As per the WCCF Tech report, the AMD GPUs that do not support Forspoken include the company's Polaris lineup and GPUs predating it. So, AMD used the Polaris architecture for 2 generations of graphics cards. The list includes the Radeon RX 400 series and the RX 500 lineup. Okay. I don't know. TLDR here, man. If you have an AMD GPU, you're trying to play Forspoken on a PC, there are a ton of issues apparently, even with modern graphics cards, even on the NVIDIA side. So understand that playing this game on PC is not probably in your best interest right now. It's quite a mess from what I understand. We'll take a look at some reviews today on Steam and see what people are saying now, but it's the traditional Square Enix PC port. It's not very good from what I understand. Now, if you're still planning on diving in and you do not, and you're rocking an AMD card in your PC that is of the RX 400 or RX 500 lineup or older, I highly recommend you just take a beat and maybe consider either upgrading your GPU first or just play this on a different platform, okay? If you want more information, I'll throw this in chat for you, okay? All right, so delayed game drama gets even weirder. The developers of the day before have once again given a different explanation for the game's delay, confusing fans even further. Dude, this is some wild stuff going on here. The developers behind that highly anticipated but lately quite confusing game the day before have seemingly changed the story behind the game's 8-month delay again. This game was supposed to be releasing in a month, roughly. Yeah. I've heard the game has been okay. What I'm saying is, especially the PC port of the game, though, we've read articles and seen reviews so far saying that the PC port of the game is pretty gross. No matter what kind of GPU you're running on. I don't know if that's, but if you're just talking in generalities about the game being played maybe on console or whatever, I've seen people say that it's been okay. Yeah. Yep. So, I think some of that's, obviously everything is going to be a bit subjective for people. I'll tell you that a lot of the dialogue for me that I've seen from the game isn't very appealing to me. It doesn't seem like great writing to me. It doesn't seem like something that I would be able to immerse myself in very well. But I haven't seen a ton of it either, so I could absolutely be wrong. It seems like people overall are having a pretty good time with it. But again, we're in another situation here where it seems like the console version of the game is pretty solid. PC port of the game is pretty not solid. And that sucks, dude. If any kind of developer is going to be releasing a game on any platform, it should perform optimally on every platform that it's released on. And Square is really, really bad about this. And so, even outside and to a greater extent than what we just read in that previous article, we read yesterday that the it was even put into our here by our buddy Ferret. Check this out. This is what we hit on yesterday. Forspoken's PC port is another fine Square Enix mess, saying that it literally doesn't matter if you're even running a top-of-the-line 4000 series graphics card. It's a hot mess. So if you guys want to take a look at this, this is kind of what I'm talking about. We've already hit on some stuff in the previous news segments about the PC port of this game being, or PC version of this game being pretty bad so far. And that's Square Enix is basically known for this now. Anything that they release, whether it be a day one release that comes to PC or something they port to PC later. Now, Forspoken is a day one release. I've been saying port. It's a day one release on PC. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely, dude. Yeah, absolutely. I think I've expressed this sentiment before. Outside of just the performance issues of the game on like PC, what we're talking about as far as like some people are okay with subpar writing in games. They can look past it. And I think, I can too. It just depends on how good the rest of the game is. You know what I mean? But it's hard to find really, really, really good writing in games anymore, I think. It's not an easy thing to find. I don't think there are a lot of people out there writing for video games that are fantastic writers. So it's not like it's easy to find games that you're like blown away with the writing. But the stuff I've seen about the like in-game dialogue and banter and stuff has not been very appealing to me. That doesn't mean other people won't like it though, right? I mean, we talk about that stuff all the time. So I'm glad people are enjoying it. It does. I was scared of the game because there were some telltale signs this game was potentially going to have some issues. Obviously, there are some issues, especially on the PC side of things. But it looks like there are an amount of people that are also enjoying it, which is good. But you know how I feel about things. If a game's ever going to release on any, if it releases on any platform, it should be optimized and it should perform pretty well on whatever platform it releases on. And I mean, I've slammed Elden Ring forever because of how bad it felt on PC. So on release, and it looks like Forspoken's in that same boat. Aside from that, I'm glad people are enjoying the versions that are playing well, but I don't know. Developers need to get their crap together. Before we hop into this, since we're still on the topic of Forspoken real quick. See, this is what I'm talking about. Obviously this is all going to be PC reviews, right? But we're talking about a 55% positive of almost 2,000 reviews now. So poorly optimized. Even really good systems struggle to run it smoothly. Excessively long and numerous load screens. Dial Hog, main character in Magic Cup, is horrendously cringy. See, I mean, there are going to be an amount of people that find it to be fine. They're going to be able to overlook it. And there's going to be people like me that see the dialogue as being absolutely brutal to deal with. Like the stuff that I've seen just out of like outtakes and stuff like that, I can tell you has not been appealing to me. That doesn't mean other people won't like it. But this is a pretty bad review point right now for this game. 55% positive. Pretty brutal. Pretty brutal. That's why I was telling people, you know, there had been some key indicators for me that there might be some issues with this game on release. And that's why I was staying away from it. And sure enough, I think it's performing better on consoles, but it's really, really bad on PC apparently. So feels bad, dude. Another prime example. Look, I think Square Enix just really going downhill. Now they're the publisher, developer is Luminous, but really, I mean, Square's name is on this too, and there's a lot of stuff that Square does nowadays that is just really subpar in my opinion. So we'll see. We'll see. Not looking good on PC, that's for sure though. Please stop playing, dude. What the crap? How many times do I have to pause this? I hate this site, drives me crazy. All right, the developers behind the highly anticipated but lately quite confusing game the day before have seemingly changed the story behind the game's 8-month delay again. So TLDR, if you're not aware, the day before is a game that has been one of the highest wish-listed games on Steam over the past 2 years. Most wish-listed games on Steam over the past 2 years. We were roughly a month, just over a month away from this game's posting, where it was supposed to release. March 1st, I think, was the release date. And this developer was, everybody was a bit skeptical about the developer of this game being able to bring what this game was promising to fruition anyways, because they really have no kind of track record for developing anything substantial anyways, and this is a reach for any kind of developer really. But the premise behind the game was very intriguing, which is why so many people were wishlisting it. And then all of a sudden, the game got delisted off of Steam, and the developer Fantastic was trying to say that it was because some, what was it, like licensing, copyright kind of issues where somebody else ended up getting the name that they had filed for the game before they, somebody got approved for the name of the game before they got approved for the name of the game. But why they would have just found out about this a month before the release of the game doesn't make any sense. And then they were also like, well, we were going to release a gameplay video, but now we can't because of these issues. And that didn't make any sense either. So that's basically your TLDR. There's some really, really sus things going on here. There are a lot of people that are calling out this developer for this game being just a big scam. And we'll read this and find out what's going on now. Oh, dude, yeah, no doubt, gamer. Hey, dude, you just hang out with us, broski. Yeah, dude. That's right. That's right, bro. Hang out. Have a good day gaming. What are you going to play? You just going to play Bond all day or what, dude? So the developers behind the highly anticipated but lately quite confusing game the day before have seemingly changed the story behind the game's 8-month delay again. Fans were left bewildered over the strange video game delay earlier this week after the game was suddenly removed from Steam despite being one of the most wish-listed games on the platform. Developer Fantastic initially said the game's listing was removed due to a bug with the Steam storefront saying the game would be restored shortly. After a few hours had passed, the game failed to materialize and Fantastic changed its tune. In a statement made on Twitter, the company said the game had been removed due to a trademark dispute after an unnamed private individual reportedly trademarked the name following the game's announcement. At the time, Fantastic said the trademark dispute would take a long time to sort out, which was the reason for both the 8-month delay to the game and the indefinite delay of a lengthy gameplay video the company planned to release. This is a thing for me, though. How were they a month away from this game releasing and were just finding out that they didn't have the name for the game? That's a bit weird. In a statement to IGN, Fantastic has now contradicted its earlier statement saying that the game's delay had actually been planned before the trademark issue came up. The 10-minute gameplay video was to accompany the announcement of the delay, according to the studio's co-founders Edward and Eisen Gutopsev. Excuse me. We plan to move the game's release before and plan to announce it with publisher Mytona in a 10-minute gameplay video. Fantastic said. And then you all know what happened. So to be on the safe side, to ensure there are no more transfers, we, along with the publisher, chose November 10th. That is a safe date given the trademark dispute. Studio went on to say that it had a strong legal representation, that it was confident that the trademark dispute will be resolved. It also said that it would be using the extra time to make the game more polished, optimized, and content-filled. On the claims from some fans that the game doesn't exist, a sentiment shared by Fantastic's own Discord moderator, Fantastic said that when the game comes out, people will finally see the truth, adding that the storm will calm down eventually. It's not unusual for games to get delayed, though usually the circumstances around the delay are much less confusing. Yeah. This is a weird situation. Chaos Bane? Word, dude. Word up. Yeah, it's a weird situation, man. We'll keep track. I'm going to have to update our schedule, though. Our schedule still shows, we weren't really planning on playing this on release, but it was on our schedule as a release to keep an eye on. And now we're going to have to move this back to November, 8th? Is that what they said? November 10th. Let me see something real quick. Let me go ahead and note that before we take off. That way I can change this later. There we go. All right, I can change that on the calendar later for us. That way we have that updated. Our schedule, exclamation point, schedule. Well, there we go. Monster Hunter has competition because this RPG has something it doesn't. Welcome to the jungle. It's all fighting monsters. After years of dominating the narrow genre of RPGs where you go and kill big creatures, Monster Hunter is finally some serious competition. Omega forces Wild Hearts has all the large weapons and giant critters. I never can remember the name of this game. Giant critters you would expect, but it has something else going for it. Buildable tools. Yeah, this is the big thing that sets it apart. You know, Monster Hunter World or Monster Hunter games have like certain things that you can do very minimalist within the battlefield as far as crafting and getting things done like that. But this is a whole different kind of situation where you're building like actual like structures and stuff like that to help you out, right? Set to drop February 17th for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. It won't be long before we can get our hands on the title ourselves. Developed by the folks behind Dynasty Warriors, it's clear that Wild Hearts places a strong emphasis on spectacle. In a new gameplay trailer, we'll see a hunter trying to take down the Golden Tempest, a giant vicious tiger who looks keen to make you its next meal. However, the footage also shows us that there might be substance behind the game's impressive style. We see 3 players tackle the beast using various weapons and techniques, though what sets Wild Hearts apart is the focus on mobility and base building, rather than sprinting around and hoping for the best. The cannon-wielding player constructs their own cover and uses it to screen their advance. We also see players using wooden-handled helicopters to zip around the battlefield. I'm a big fan of Wild Hearts competition, having spent dozens of hours in Monster Hunter Rise for Switch. However, even though Rise offers impressive visual verticality, courtesy of its grappling hook like a wire bug mechanic, looks like Wild Hearts is poised to go to the extra mile, fostering greater mobility, creativity by giving us all sorts of weird and wacky tools. The game looks pretty good. It's absolutely a clone, but it looks pretty good. Let's check out a few minutes of this here. It doesn't look quite as clunky. It does look a little bit more fluid and fast-paced. Yeah, check that out. See, this is the building stuff that's in the game. There's a lot more to the building than just something like that, though. Okay, they just built another wall to like defend themselves. Oh, dude, get swamped. It's pretty wild. I wonder how you get resources to make stuff like that, though. Is it gonna take resources? It's got to, right? Oh, that's dope. Nice shot. I kind of like the gunner, dude. I don't play these kinds of... I like getting into the mix, dude. I like meleeing, but this gunner looks pretty good. Oh, get wrecked, dude. Dude, he jumped in there right underneath the tiger's jump, dude.
Construction complete.
Oh, he doesn't have enough thread. You see that? He was trying to do something and it said you don't have enough thread. Wow. So yeah, definitely it's taking resources, yeah. Looks like there was a lootable plant back there, so I'm guessing it's a lot like Monster Hunter World. You be looting plants and resources and in the environment, as well as getting probably very rare resources off of a lot of these enemies and things like that. It looks nice. It looks good. Oh, he just had to pick somebody up. I was like, what's he doing? Somebody got killed. He had to revive him. Nice. He shot his own barrier. Oh, there it is. Oh, there. That's that big old chonkster sword. That's what I want to rock, like a katana or something if I play this, you know. Give me like a katana, dude. It looks like the enemy has a lot of different attacks and everything too, which is nice. Dude. Yeah! Yeah! Oh god, that's what I always played. I played a little bit of Monster Hunter World. They just wrecked that guy. He's dead, yeah. Final blow! Oh, dude, get final blow. Sorry. Sick. That looks nice, dude. Yeah. That looks cool. Whenever I played Monster Hunter World, that was always my jam. I always used big two-handed swords, man. It was fun. In addition to the mobility and creativity displayed in the trailer, we also introduced to the three of the game's weapon types. The claw blades look like the paired daggers in Monster Hunter Rise, yeah. Though exciting, they don't seem like anything to write home about. While yes, I've just written about them, I shall not be sending this news article to my home. Right. The cannon, however, is a different story. A slow but powerful source of ranged damage. You can fire it while dangling from one of Wildheart's wooden helicopters, effectively turning the mini gyrocopter into a gunship. Yeah, that was cool. I liked that. He's all like holding on and like got the big old cannon in his hand too to like fire and stuff. That was cool. The Karakuri staff was perhaps the most interesting and seemed to offer a variable weapon type. One moment it's an agile glaive, the next it transforms into a painfully large greatsword. Though none of these three weapon types indicate a massive departure from Monster Hunter's own armory, the context of Wild Heart's increased emphasis on movement and building creates a range of tantalizing new possibilities. Wild Heart's trailer left me with an aftertaste of optimism and excitement. As a fan of the Monster Hunter formula, I'm always excited to see new entries in the genre. It seems unlikely that Omega Force's own title will shake the genre to its core, but the mechanics on display in this latest gameplay trailer promise a breath of fresh air. Yeah, it is absolutely a clone. Absolutely a clone. If you want more, I'll link this for you guys. You want to watch that again, take a look at some other stuff there. It's absolutely a clone, but it does have some other things that set it apart. That's the way gaming works, though, right? I mean, anything that's been done well is going to get emulated by some other developer. The key thing to do there, though, is to emulate while making it unique and your own thing. And to an extent, it looks like they're doing that there. And we'll just have to keep track and see. It looks pretty cool. I liked Monster Hunter World. I played it for a little bit. I didn't get too wrapped up in it. And this looks like it could be a cool little play. I don't know. Maybe if enough of the community is interested in playing it too, we'll get down to some like community gameplay in there or something. All right. HBO's The Last of Us Episode 1 officially released on YouTube for free. Episode 1 of HBO's The Last of Us TV adaptation has been made available to stream in its entirety free on YouTube ahead of Episode 3 releasing this Sunday. As spotted by VGC, the almost 120-minute long episode was uploaded to the YouTube channel of Sky TV, where the show is available in the UK and will likely be soon be uploaded to HBO's YouTube also. HBO pulled a similar move in September by uploading the first episode of Game of Thrones spinoff House of the Dragon to the YouTube, though that was later removed for those outside of the US. The adaptation of The Last of Us became the second most successful debut for HBO in the last decade when it premiered earlier this month, bringing in 4.7 million viewers across linear TV and HBO Max. The third installment will see the debut of Nick Offerman as he takes up the role of the survivalist Bill, a character the fans of the 2013 game will remember will be more than a little familiar with. The success also led star Bella Ramsey to say that a second season of the show will likely go ahead if audience numbers continue to remain strong. Cool. Who knows? We might be able to watch this together. If it's on YouTube, they published this on YouTube. It's available to everybody. I don't see any reason why we can't just watch it together. So, this is a possibility for us to do this weekend. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow we watch The Last of Us Episode 1 together. That could be cool. Star Wars Jedi Survivor Deal offers game for free. A new Star Wars Jedi Survivor Deal has been announced that offers the upcoming Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order sequel for free. Free is in quotations because while it's technically true, there's a hefty purchase required to unlock the deal. Much like free PlayStation Plus games or Xbox Game Pass games, but on steroids. That said, if you're in the market for a new CPU, it's a good deal. You'll specifically need to buy a Ryzen 7000 CPU, though. So if you purchase a Zen 4 chip, you will get, courtesy of AMD, a PC code for the game for free. Only available until through April 1st. So what retailers are participating in the offer varies depending on where you are in the world, but in North America, you can cop the bundle via the likes of Amazon, Newegg, and many others. What chips specify or specifically qualify are the following: the Ryzen 9 7950, 7900X, 7950X, 7900X, 7900, and 7700X, 7700, Ryzen 5, 7600X, and 7600. Jedi Survivor is set to release worldwide on March 16th. So if you're in the process of potentially building yourself a new PC, you were looking at some Ryzen chips anyways, AMD chips, then it might be a good time. If you were thinking about getting this game anyways, you could just get the game for free if you buy one of these chips, okay? I'll link it for you guys. I was thinking about the previous game. What? Why did they write it like that? Okay. Yeah, I got it wrong. So it's not the first entry. It's the new game coming out that you'll get for free. Yeah. Apparently. That's the way it seems to be written. That's what you would hope. Buying a brand new processor like these are very expensive, and you would hope that you're getting the new the new Star Wars Jedi game rather than the old one's been given away for free, just for free numerous times over the past year. So I linked it if you guys need it. All right, let's see what this is. Oh, geez, Fox News crap, dude. Fired limited runs games employee appears on Fox News to discuss controversy. Kara Lynn, the former community manager for limited run games, has appeared on Fox News Tucker Carlson Tonight show to discuss her termination from the company after her controversial Twitter activity was made public. Lynn was ousted from the video game publisher amid controversy over a tweet she had posted in 2016 in which she wrote, quote, "If you think the number of trans crying about using a bathroom is higher than the pervs using the excuse, "You are what is wrong with this world." Jesus. The accounts that Lynn follows on Twitter were also brought into question, with her following several users that have been called anti-trans. During the interview, Lynn stated that Limited Run Games had no qualms with who she followed on Twitter, claiming that the negative publicity she was receiving was what resulted in her termination. After pushing her to be less good-humored about the situation, Carlson noted that he was outraged on Lynn's behalf. Of course he did. Referring to the Twitter and Reset Era users who had complained about her social media activity, the mob. This is also news, Fox News, okay? They're also the ones right now that are trying to criticize Xbox for succumbing to the wokeness of the world right now, for making their consoles more carbon aware, for trying to be better for the planet. Fox News is a hot piece of garbage, dude. The segment, which was titled "Video Game Manager Fired Over Twitter," follows also implied that the controversy solely stemmed from the accounts she followed, did not mention the tweet that she had posted, which led to calls for her to be fired. The community manager for at Limited Run Games, at Carolyn0326, is a transphobe who follows a veritable who's who of right-wing transphobic creeps. Unless and until she is fired from the company permanently, I'm not giving them another single dime. Lynn's comment was unearthed earlier this month by a Twitter user who branded her a transphobe before her Twitter history was further discussed on the Reset Era forum. On the same day that her previous tweet was reposted, Limited Run Games announced that they had fired her, tweeting, "LRG respects all personal opinions. However, we remain committed to supporting an inclusive culture. Upon investigating a situation, an employee was terminated. Our goal as a company is to continue to foster a positive and safe environment for everyone." Good. Good. Agreed. Because that's what we're about here, too. Fox News can get wrecked. Hot piece of trash. They're not the only... I mean, I've talked about this a lot here lately because, dude, we've had a lot of Fox News stuff pop up in the gaming news segments here lately, which brings up me having to say this quite often. But, dude, please do your due diligence and not just soaking in all this information that news outlets, whether it be Fox News or any other news outlet gives you. Research the information they're giving you. Don't just regurgitate it as fact, okay? There are a lot of news agencies out there, news outlets out there that try to push their agenda on people by not reporting actual factual information, okay? Be very careful. There are some independent news sources out there still that do a great job at reporting facts. They don't, they're not a propaganda machine like Fox News or a lot of these other news outlets. Be very careful about the information that you're digesting out there, okay? Jesus. I just don't understand why, obviously our community is centered around being inclusive and letting people feel welcome and safe and wanting people to be who they are as long as you're a good person. I don't understand why the world has such a big issue with letting people live their best life. If you're not, if you're not hurting anybody else, if you're just a good person, what's the issue? Why do other people have such a big deal with letting people just live their lives? I don't understand it. Everybody wants to, hate on each other and discriminate against one another based on, a variety of different things just because of differences. When that's not, that's not the way it should be. If we were all the same, if humans were all the same, what a dull, boring world this would be. But we should cherish the fact that we're unique individuals and we're different. We should love our each other's differences rather than, hate each other for it. It's absolutely asinine and disgusting that people want to hate on each other just for being different. It's so stupid. Early alpha footage of Horizon Forbidden West multiplayer game has leaked. It is very rare that we get to see the inside into how games look at different stages of their development. Publishers and developers are understandably cagey about sharing the early builds of their games. As often, it might not showcase the product in the best light at the time, as well as a game can drastically change over the course of a development cycle from what the early alpha footage looks like. However, sometimes that early footage leaks out and we get to see a glimpse of what the base of a game looks like in development. It appears that the heavily rumored Horizon Forbidden West multiplayer title may have just had some early development footage leaked. Horizon Forbidden West multiplayer alpha footage, originally shared to the Horizon official subreddit by user Bird on Wheels, then boosted on Twitter by Rebs Gaming. It appears that some very early Horizon Forbidden West multiplayer footage has been released. The original Reddit post showcased 12 minutes of footage from 2020. Dude, that's a long time ago. Probably about 2.5 years ago, something like that. That displays an almost cartoony styled art Horizon world. Within the footage, we get to see a variety of different characters being controlled as they navigate an open world environment. Not only do we get to see the characters in motion, there's also a variety of hostile machines that attack the player during the demonstration. At the very end, we even see some hostile human interactions as the player takes several hits from a hostile bandit type enemy. Yeah. Look, we'll watch this real quick. Hopefully, this doesn't get like, if this is leaked stuff, there's the potential this could get taken down. We'll see what happens here, but understand this is footage from 2020. Okay, this is a long time ago. Now we've just hit 2023, so this is probably somewhere about between, we'll say roughly 2.5 years old. But that's a long time in a long time ago in development process. So take everything you see in this with just a lot of skepticism about this. What would be something you'll see in the final product? Okay. How did all those just die, dude? What was that? Okay. Anyways. Important to keep in mind this early alpha footage, and this might not be representative of what the final. It absolutely won't be exactly representative of what the final game will look like. There's no doubt about it. Does, however, offer players insight into what we might see in the future from Guerrilla in regards to this multiplayer open world game. Players will likely be using a diverse cast of characters or perhaps a created character to explore and hunt machines within the world. Feels like an endless amount of possibilities for this future title. Hopefully we'll get to see official footage in the game sooner rather than later. All right. If you want to take a look at more from that, if you're hyped, if you're a bit hyped, take a look. There you go. In chat, pre-order Atomic Heart at a big discount for PC. Or don't, and just wait and see if it's going to be good or not. It's hard for me, it's going to be very rare that I recommend people ever pre-order games anymore. We've just been duped too many times into buying something, pre-order something that it was terrible on release. So, and I don't think that's lost on a lot of people. I don't think I really actually need to say that to most people, but I'm usually going to reiterate that sentiment just in case. There's a lot to look forward to in February, but if you're a fan of first-person shooters, Mick Gordon soundtracks in action, then Atomic Heart might be the highlight of the month for you. Out on February 21st, you can grab an 18% discount on Atomic Heart through its fanatical pre-order deal, dropping the price to just $49. Set in alternate history, Russia, the Soviet Empire, has risen to power thanks to a loyal army of robots that see to the nation's every need. Or that's how it used to be until a robot uprising put the Russian populace at the top of the endangered species list. With secret experiments unleashing mutant creatures, terrifying machines, and superpowered robots, it's up to you to explore a fallen utopia and save the day. Atomic Heart will also be available through Xbox Game Pass on both console and PC. So if you need to top up your subscription, there's a great deal at the moment. You can grab 2 months of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate for just $9. That's like $21 off, down from $30. It's a huge saving. It'll also provide access to an EA Play membership, Xbox Live Gold membership, and the ability to play games remotely with Xbox Cloud Gaming. While it can't be stacked with existing memberships, you can use this deal to renew your membership once it expires. Okay. I mean, if you're dead set on pre-ordering Atomic Heart, getting it through Fanatical at a 18% discount is not going to be a bad thing to do, right? This is a game that's been delayed a number of times. So that alone, delays are good to make sure a game feels good when it comes out. But when there are numerous delays, it can also be an indicator that maybe there was something wrong in the development process. And it can be an indicator sometimes that a game might not be great whenever it comes out. Okay? So, on one side, it can be good delays to give the developer more time to make sure the game feels very good on release. On another side, it can be an indicator that maybe there's a bit wrong going on in the development process. It's hard to tell until the game releases, right? If you're dead set on pre-ordering it, this could be a good deal for you. Okay, get a little bit of money off. And we've got something up right here about the I was going to go with this, but let's go with this one instead. This looks better. Snag 2 months here. I'll link this if you're wanting this Fanatical link. Gabs, what's up, Gabs? What you doing, my friend? Happy Saturday. How are you? So be careful. Understand that pre-ordering games can put you in a very bad position for being let down as far as games releasing and not following through with, being performing very well on release, or not following through with all of the features that maybe were promised from the developer through the development process, things like that. You're surviving. Word. You're a survivor. You're not going to give up. You know what I'm saying? Good. Good, guys. It's good to see you, friend. All right. Snag 2 months of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate for just $9 buckaroos. For now. Don't you ever give up. This is one of the best prices we've seen for the popular service, so check it out while you can. Xbox Game Pass is one of the best deals in gaming. Right now, it's even better. For the next few days, you can snag 2 months of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate for just $9. Down from $30. That's $21 off. There are a few caveats to the incredible offer, but since this is one of the best prices we've seen for the service in months, definitely worth a closer look, okay? With Game Pass Ultimate, you'll gain access to more than 1,000 games, an EA Play membership, Xbox Live Gold membership, and the ability to play games remotely with Xbox Cloud Gaming. Membership is typically sold in 1 month, 3 month, and 12-month increments, but this 2-month deal is simply too good to pass up. Before picking it up, however, it's important to note that these codes are not stackable, can't be combined with any active existing Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscription, can, however, be used once your current membership expires. Keep in mind that you'll only have 30 days after purchase to redeem your code, so you might need to time your purchase carefully in order to cash in on the savings. Unused codes can be returned for store credit within 30 days of purchase. If all those quirks line up with your needs, you'd be hard-pressed to find a better deal. Xbox Game Pass only seems to grow better with age, and this latest deal gives you an affordable way to check out the service for the next few months. Recent additions to the catalog include Hi-Fi Rush, which is seemingly doing very, very good right now. Imagine reading. Yeah, what is that? By the way, my cup this morning. I grabbed my wife's mug to drink coffee this morning. Bookmarks are for quitters, guys, if you didn't know that. Xbox Game Pass only seems to grow better with age. This latest deal gives you an affordable way to check out the service for the next few months. Recent additions to the catalog include Hi-Fi Rush, Monster Hunter Rise, High on Life, and a few games from the Persona franchise, making this a great time to dive in. Here. if you want to get into a pretty good deal for some Xbox Game Pass Ultimate for a couple months there. I was just going to hit on this really quick. We've already talked about this yesterday, but the games you can get coming up in February for Prime Gaming, okay, are going to be what? Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, Yakuza Kiwami, the Morrowind is the Game of Year edition, Divine Knockout, One Hand Clapping, Space Sim, Space Crew, and is that Tunch? Tunch, I think. So they're also offering a number of games from Black creators in celebration of what is Black History Month. February's Black History Month, right? And so that's very cool. They're offering a number of games from Black creators, including Waking Oni's Onsen Master, 2D Runner, Aerial Knights, Never Yield, Ritual Games' Bats, Bloodsucker Anti-Terror Squad, and Strange Scaffolds, Space Warlord, Organ Trading Simulator. Strange Scaffolds, Space Warlord, Organ Trading Simulator. What a name for a game. Holy crap. Oh, yes, bud. Yeah, Morrowind is amazing. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. If anybody has played more current Elder Scrolls games and you haven't played something like Morrowind, you should take a dive in. Yeah, for sure. What's up, Spud? How you doing? Pinky, what's up, my dude? Everybody happy Saturday. So, as for Luna, Amazon Luna, new games on its Prime Gaming channel are action game Yakuza Kiwami, racing game WRC Generations, brewing sim Potion Permit, and skating title Skatebird. Skatebird looks cool. Okay. Yeah. So, look, obviously, you can't get these games if you don't have Amazon Prime. But understand this. It's fairly easy to find yourself some free trials of Amazon Prime, so you can go grab some free games, right? Just do some Google searches. There are plenty of ways to get some free trials of Amazon Prime. They're out there. Just do a little bit of research. Also, make note of this. Like most PC gaming platforms, Prime Gaming from Amazon has two different ways to access. One is through their desktop application, right, which you would install, you download, install it, and you have your desktop application. Then there's also a way that you can just access it through your web browser. They've got a really weird thing going on where some of their games might not show up on one of the platforms, and you'll have to access the other platform to get it. It was definitely like that last month. There were like half of the games they were offering for free, both just PC Prime Gaming free offerings, but like half the games you couldn't get on the desktop application. So you'd have to go to the browser and log in to find them and claim them. And the same was the case vice versa. You couldn't find some of the games on the web browser version of Prime Gaming. You would have to go to the desktop. I don't know what's going on with their platform. Really, really weird. But just know that if some of these titles that I just talked about you're interested in, and you go try to grab them, and you're like maybe on the browser version and you're not seeing it, download and install and install the desktop app, and you'll probably see it in there. It's weird. I don't know why they're doing it like that. Amazon things, I guess, you know. Oh, let's go, Pinky. Yo, eat some for me too, dude. That sounds great. Here we go, guys. Last article I have for the morning, and then we're going to move into our gameplay stuff, okay? So, oh, God. Good stretch. Oh, dude, that felt great. You guys should try what I just did. That felt amazing. PS5's first big exclusive of 2023 is a flopperooski. The first big PS5 exclusive of 2023 is out, and it's looking increasingly like a rare flop for PlayStation. When you think of PlayStation and exclusive games, you think of high-quality games in series like Bloodborne, The Last of Us, God of War, Uncharted, Marvel, Spider-Man, and Death Stranding. Last generation, some of the best games were PlayStation exclusives. So far, it looks like success will continue with the PS5 if the likes of God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Demon Souls, and more are indicators. Yet not every PlayStation exclusive can live up to this quality. And when the exclusive is made via a second-party or third-party developer, the consistency often suffers. One of the biggest recent flops, Babylon's Fall, came the way of a third-party deal PlayStation made with Square Enix. Fast forward, and Square Enix has delivered PlayStation another flop in the form of Forspoken. Wick, what's up, dude? While the flop levels of Forspoken don't compare to the likes of Babylon's Fall, things sure could be going better for the game. Since its release this week, most chatter about the game on social media has been negative, and having a laugh at the expense of the game's cringy writing and dialogue. Yes, made worse by the lackluster performance behind the game's protagonist. The PC version of this game is actually doing very, very, very poorly, which is not anything abnormal for Square Enix, unfortunately. We looked this up earlier in the news segment, actually, because we had already hit a little bit on this. And shout out to our buddy Ferret. Ferret had linked us an article the day after Forspoken had released that gave us a really good look at how bad Forspoken was performing on PC. We're talking about people using...
Buys Anking 1 shared X100. Please manage your cookies already.
Please manage your cookies, sir. Please manage your cookies. What's up, Busy King? What's up? Gamer, this article is false. I don't think the article is necessarily false, buddy. It's going to take time to see what the... I mean, it's not... They already said it's not like as bad as Babylon's Fall or anything, but things definitely could be going better for the game. It's not in a great state. It's got definite performance issues. There are a lot of things that a lot of people are not liking about the game. It's got a bad Metacritic score. Overall, it's not being loved. Consensus. It is definitely not. What they're talking about is in relation to big exclusive, first-party exclusives from Sony. This is not... no, that's not all they're saying, dude. That's not all they're saying. That's not all they're saying. No. This is a game that is not being reviewed like these other games that you've seen come out as first-party games for PlayStation, brother. You cannot deny that. These other games that have come out for first-party games for PlayStation, it is not being received the same way. It's not being received the same way. Okay. My bad. Just making sure, dude. Just making sure. Fake news OA? Dude, stop it. My bad. So, it's absolutely not Babylon's Fall. And there are some people that are fine with, like, the dialogue. We've talked about that. But if you look on Steam, this game's at, like, a 55% positive right now. Out of, like, almost 2,000 reviews. We looked at it earlier. It's not doing well on PC. Apparently, it does perform better on console. But that's the norm for Square, dude. They do a very, very bad job at getting their games to PC. So there is definitely significant performance issues for the PC version. But there are a lot of people that are not really enjoying other aspects of the game, even on platforms where it's performing well. Dialogue being a big part of it. Writing is not being received very well in this game. And that was one of the big things that I had seen that I was like, this doesn't seem like something that I'm going to enjoy very much, the writing behind this game. While the flop levels of Forspoken don't compare to the likes of Babylon. Nice troll there, by the way, gamer. Nice troll, buddy. You got me, dude. While the flop levels of Forspoken don't compare to the likes of Babylon's Fall, things sure could be going better for the game. Since its release this week, most chatter about the game on social media has been negative and having a laugh at the expense of the game's cringy writing and dialogue, made worse by the lackluster performance behind the game's protagonist. Meanwhile, over on Metacritic, the game boasts a score of 66. which is mediocre by any standards, but very poor by the standards associated with major PlayStation exclusives. The user score is even worse. The PS5 version user score is a 3.6, while the PC version is a 1.8. Meanwhile, on Steam, only 54% of players recommend the game. Speaking of Steam, its peak... Oh, my bad. Its peak number of concurrent players is 9,824. This number isn't terrible, but it's far below what it needs to be when you consider the context and circumstances. You got me, gamer. You trolled me out pretty hard, dude. You guys know how to get me riled up, man. Did anybody win random mode? Not good for a AAA, no. And again, I mean, I told everybody from the get-go, like, I was pretty skeptical about this game being good. You know, I was going to watch it from afar. About the only thing that I was really anticipating seeing from this game was the direct storage performance. This is the first game that's come out for PC that has direct storage integration from Microsoft. This is a new technology implementation from them, and I'm not seeing a lot on that front right now about that anyways. It's just the performance of the game on PC is terrible. We looked it up just a little bit ago. Gamer and I were talking about it. That's why Gamer was able to troll me so hard. I mean, look. By the way, $70. By the way, $70, dude. So, almost 2,000 reviews now, 55% positive. Not good. Not good. Looking pretty rough. Did anybody win random mode? Oh, I need to play, don't I? Let's go. Yeah, I know that. You guys do a good job of it. No worries there. Resident sleeper appropriate. Oh, it is, Bizen. It absolutely is the new norm, dude. Yep. I mean, we've talked about that a lot in here, especially in the news segments. It's absolutely the new norm, dude. No doubt. Oh, Kayla. Word. Thanks, my friend. Cool. Enjoy your game. Yeah, well, I mean, you know, that's what I talked about it a lot because whenever that kind of it started trending at the like third quarter of last year about the whole $70 price tag becoming a thing on release for AAA games, and I was like, that doesn't make any sense. And a lot of these big AAA developers were blaming it on inflation, and I was like, that's stupid. It's like, you're going to blame that on inflation, and literally, you know, a lot of these AAA developers are not only selling these games at now a price point of $70, but you're also putting like battle passes and microtransaction stores, and you know, it's just so dumb, the amount of the barrier, the obstacle that they present with monetization for people to get in and enjoy games. It's so dumb. It doesn't make any sense. You know, it's like, and it started like a lot of companies were talking about how they were raising prices. PlayStation came out and was very vocal. They're like, we're raising the prices. All our games are going to be AAA games are going to be $70 moving forward, and we're raising the prices of like our consoles. And Microsoft responded with, we won't do that to you guys, right? We won't do that to you guys. Don't worry. And then a couple months later, they're like, oh, hey, we won't do that until next year. And now they're starting to do it too. So it's happening. It's happening, you know. But that's like we were talking yesterday. It's kind of refreshing a little bit, at least, to see a game like Hi-Fi Rush came out. It was a shadow release. Nobody knew anything about it. It's doing very well. You can play it on Game Pass for free if you have Game Pass. But you're only going to get roughly 10 to 12 hours out of it, gameplay-wise, probably. I don't think there's a lot of replayability in it. But it's a game from Microsoft and Tango. And Tango's a reputable developer. And people are having a lot of fun with it. But they're also only charging $30 for it. You know? So it's kind of refreshing to see that. Shadow release. Game's doing very well. $30 still might be a little bit high for some people to consider. It'll go on sale before long too, though. I guarantee it. But people are loving it. I'll say this right now. As high of reviews as this game is getting, this is going to be a game that will probably get some awards this year. Unfortunately, it's a very, very early release this year, so it's going to lose a little bit of the hype towards the end of the year awards. But there are a lot of people that are loving Hi-Fi Rush right now. And, I mean, it's one of those, every year we get an amount of games that release that we weren't expecting. You know, whether you talk about titles like Loop Hero or Valheim or things like that just kind of take the industry by storm that nobody was expecting. You know, it happens every year. And people go, wow, that's a great title, dude. Like, nobody saw this coming. And there it is right there, Hi-Fi Rush. Check it. Boom, right there on Steam, Hi-Fi Rush. It's just crushing right now, and everybody's loving it. And I bet it wins awards, probably. I might have to try it out. I don't know. We'll see. But $30, 10 hours of gameplay roughly. It'd be really nice if it had some replayability in it, but ultimately, this is a game out of a very notable developer and out of Microsoft as well. And you're not paying over $30 for it on release. So there's something to be said for that, I guess. I don't know. That's what I got, guys. We are going to do some different things today. I need some input. Dude, we just found out today that the first episode, check this out. We'll look at it in a second, but let's just talk for a second. The first episode of The Last of Us from HBO, which is like a 90-minute episode, is released on YouTube. So I was thinking maybe we would just like watch it maybe tomorrow together or something, you know? It's public on YouTube. So there's no reason why we shouldn't be able to just like hang out and watch it together. I don't think. I'll do a bit of research and make sure it wouldn't get us in trouble or anything. But we found out in the news this morning that it's just the first episode. But they made it public on YouTube. So I just figured, maybe we would just watch the first episode together, like spend an hour and a half and just hang out tomorrow for a little bit and watch the first episode of The Last of Us that released on HBO. And just the tip, bro. That's right. That's right. And see what it's all about. But we'll talk about that through the day. We're going to get into our gaming stuff. We're going to play The Forest a little bit again with Pinky because there's another ending we want to see. And it won't take us long to get there and get that ending. But we'll go do that. And then we'll try to finish up Yoku's today. And then we need to talk about what we're going to do for tomorrow and Monday before Superfuse releases. So we'll figure out maybe watching The Last of Us Episode 1 together and what else we're going to play through the rest of tomorrow and Monday before we start Superfuse on Tuesday. So, yeah. You guys rock. Thanks for being here, being part of the news segment, being part of this community, helping to make this place such an amazing spot for all of us to be and hang out. If anybody's checking out this content and you're enjoying it, whether it be the highlights of the news segments or our gameplay here on the Twitch channel or the VODs of either of that content on the YouTube channel, and you would like to be involved with more of it, come and hang out with us. We go live at 6 a.m. CST every single day, and we start all of the streams off 7 days a week with video gaming news before we jump into whatever video gaming content we have slated for the rest of the day, okay? Other than that, stay healthy, stay safe, be kind to one another, and we will catch everybody tomorrow for more news, which will be January 29th edition of Video Gaming News, and I don't know what we're going to play yet, but we'll figure it out today, okay?